Submitting a PhD application and applying for scholarships can be overwhelming. In this video, I'll guide you through the final steps of the application process, including tips for securing funding through scholarships. I will also cover what to expect while waiting for decisions and how to handle the outcomes. Let's start. Okay, the next step is to submit your application. And in most Australian universities, you will see that there is an submission system where you have to go and submit all these documents that I have mentioned just now, and fill in the application form, answer all the questions that they have in that, and submit it online. Sometimes there may be some application fee as well. So do keep that in mind when you are submitting your application. Next step is applying for scholarships. Okay, so in terms of scholarships, there are different types of scholarships. So depending upon whether you are a international student applying for the scholarship, or if you are a domestic Australian student looking for a scholarship. So scholarships are often offered by universities, industry, CRC, or this is cooperative research centers, and CSIRO. So this is like a government research organization. So these could be potential areas from where you can get scholarship. So many a times what happens is when you submit your application for admission, there is an option where the application asks you if you would like to also apply for scholarship at the same time. So if you find that option in the admission application when you are submitting, then just choose that, and then it will consider your application for scholarships as well. Alternatively, you may have to apply for scholarship separately. The separate scholarship application actually will be relevant if you are applying for scholarships not from the university, because you are applying for admission at the university, and if the university also has scholarships, you can tick that box. But if the scholarship is from some other organization, then they don't know that you are applying for PhD. So what you need to do is if you have received a PhD admission, then you can go to these other scholarship providing bodies and apply for scholarship from there. So those could be the two different ways in which you can apply for scholarships. Next is awaiting your decision. So I guess everyone would be eagerly waiting that you have submitted your application for admission, and then you're eagerly waiting on a decision on getting an admission as well as getting your scholarship. So it is a very exciting and a happy moment, but also very stressful, because sometimes universities can take long time to assess your application and then make a decision and get back to you. But you have to understand that it is a long process. So once you submit your application, there is that kind of starts a chain reaction. Your application is first assessed at the research office to see, or the admissions office, to see whether your bachelor's degree or master's degree or all your transcripts, if they are all correct or not. If something is not correct, then they would reach out to you asking for more clarification. So that's why I said prepare all the documents properly in advance, have all the translations done, have them certified, so that your application can progress faster and quicker. Once that happens, the next step could be that the application is then sent to the department or the school where you have identified a potential supervisor. So then that goes to the school. The school has to send it to the supervisor. Supervisor say, yes, I have agreed to supervise him or her. And then the school will then receive confirmation from the supervisor. They would notify to the admissions office. So, it is a long process. And these kind of meetings, they do not happen every day. So maybe there is a admission meeting once a month. So all the applications that are received by a particular date will go for assessment in the upcoming meeting. So if you miss that deadline by a day or two, then you would have to wait for a month or more, because your application will go into the next round of assessment. So be patient is what I would like to say, that and hope that your application gets processed fast and you get your scholarship approved as well. and the offer letter would be generated and will be issued to you. So if you are successful in getting an admission and a scholarship, all that information would be mentioned in the offer letter, or it is also called as the confirmation of enrollment, the COE. So you can read that thing very carefully to understand what has been offered to you, what degree, which school, if the supervisor that is mentioned is the correct one or not, how much scholarship you are going to get, when do you have to start, or whether there are any conditions along with your admission, and so on. So go through that offer letter very thoroughly.